Okay, we got Asante. Eugene, if you have any questions.
Asante, congratulations. Seems like you changed the offense up a little bit in the second half. You were driving more to the basket. Was that the intention?
Yeah, they was, the way they play defense is kind of awkward. You know, coach told us they was gonna play like trying to keep us on one side, so we couldn't really run like actual plays against them. So the biggest thing we wanted to do was just, you know, get the ball in my hand and try to just, you know, get in the lane and find guys, you know, and just try to keep it out the corners. You know, like I said, we usually run sets and stuff and get the ball movement, but today it wasn't that type of game. You know, coach had a certain game plan for us, and we followed it.
Seemed like you were continuing to build your confidence coming off the injury.
Yeah, like I said, you know, it was gonna take some time to get my legs back. I feel as though they're back underneath me. You know, I still see some things that of course, I need to get better at, and you know, I'm still trying to get some conditioning back. You know, it's hard after missing a month. You know how we play and stuff like that. So, you know, I feel as though it's getting better, but it's always room for improvement.
Thank you.
Eugene.
Asante, three-game winning streak. What do you have to say about the way you guys are playing, and to top it off with a 20-point win?
I feel as though we're playing good. You know, like I said, there's still a lot of room for improvement. You know, we're gonna go back and watch film. You know, it's always room to get better. Like I said, you know, coach always gonna push us to be better, no matter if we win by 30, 40, or 1. It doesn't matter. You know, it's always room for improvement. So, you know, I'm happy for us. You know, we're able to go into the holidays with a win, and that's what we wanted to do. But it's time to get back to work, and we'll be ready for the next game.
What are your thoughts on the way you guys started out today, and what was the message at half?
I feel as though we kind of started off a little slow. Like they told coaches, our coaching staff told us that, you know, for the first half, or you know, for the first 10 minutes or the whole half, or whatever, it's gonna be kind of hard to you know, to figure out how they were playing us. Like I said, they have an awkward style of playing defense, and even how they play offense. You know, they really don't run any sets. It's kind of just, you know, just ISO basketball. So it was gonna be a little difficult for us, you know, to go against, because we haven't really gone through that. But I felt as though we did good in the second half. You know, we got used to what they was doing, and we performed better.
It seemed like another one of those games where you guys just turned it to another gear in the second half. What is it about your guys' second half mentality, late game situation?
To be honest, you know, that's not what we want to do. You know, we want to turn it on from the beginning. But I feel as though, you know, our core group is older guys, you know, so we understand, you know, the different times in the game where it's time to turn it on even more than we have, and we make a lot of veteran plays down the stretch, you know, and you know, we got a guy like Isaiah Ross, you know, who can hit shots the way he hit, and I'm gonna find him no matter what. So, you know, it's just good for us down the stretch. And, you know, like I said, we don't want to start off that. We don't want to, you know, it's not a thing that we're doing on purpose to start off slow in the first half. But, you know, we definitely got to get better at that. But, you know, I feel as though the way we turned it on in the second half was very good for us.
Thanks, Asante.
Everyone else good? All right, cool. We got Isaiah right here too. Oh. Questions for Isaiah? Ken, I think you're muted.
Isaiah, hi. Seemed like in the game you started off trying to get your outside shot, and then you looked for more inside shots. You had a couple of back-to-back drives to the basket. Was that the intent, to try to go to the basket more?
You know, once I, you know, my outside shots were falling the way that I liked they were, you know, I decided to go to the rim and switch things up a little bit. And, you know, I got to keep the defense honest because they know I can shoot. So I had to go inside and switch it up a little bit.
And is the idea to kind of be deliberate on offense? You guys were taking a lot of time to get get that shot off today, using the clock. Is that the plan?
Yeah, you know, their defense is unique. So, you know, we had to pass and cut and move and space the floor. So guys on the team could drive the gaps and find shooters on the floor.
Thank you.
Isaiah, you turned it on to another level in the second half. You know, what was your mindset going into the break, and are you happy with the way you came out in the second half?
You know, I just wanted to stay aggressive. You know, my team was telling me to stay aggressive. I was telling them to stay aggressive. So, you know, that's all it really was, me staying aggressive.
A 3-game winning streak for you guys going into Christmas. You know, what are your thoughts on that and the way you guys have been playing so far?
You know, it's good stuff, you know, but we're not finished. We have a lot of work to do. You know, we had a lot of defensive lapses on the court. So that's really our main focus, is to get better as a team.
Thank you.
All good? Everyone else?
Isaiah, just one more question. What is on defense? What is Coach Pitino working with the team on defense? What is he stressing to you?
Communication and helping guys out. Sometimes on defense, guys will get beat, but it's all about us to communicate and help guys that have got beaten on the floor as a team, because it's all about team defense.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks. I'll have Coach in just a minute.
We did a much better job in the second half of attacking the defense. Their defense is a lot like Texas Tech, but it's even more downing than even Texas Tech does. So what they basically do is they force you toward the sideline and they don't let you run one offensive play. So they have played against Duke to a tough game, 10 points, Georgetown, Virginia Tech. Obviously, they're playing a lot of teams that have a lot of talent, and they are as tough to guard and as tough to go against because their style is truly unique. It's different than anything I've seen in my 40 years as a coach. So it's but in the second half, we did a great job of going to Nelly and cutting off him, and that was a big key to our victory instead of just shooting 3-point shots.
Questions? Eugene R10?
Coach, congratulations. It seemed like in the second half you had the players, especially Isaiah and Asante, driving to the basket, looking for each other and looking to pass off to Nelly Joseph. Was that the intent in the second half?
Yeah, you can't, against this defense, the one thing you can't do is pick up your dribble because they attack the offense when you pick up your dribble. And I told Asante, keep your dribble alive until you're sure of the pass. And we kept looking to the corner for the three. I said, let's bounce past to Nelly on the baseline. And Nelly was terrific tonight because it's not his style of game to play 5 guys on the perimeter. And defensively, you've got to chase people around. Even their 6'10" guy is just a pick and pop guy. But Nelly did a fabulous job tonight. He's really developing into a good basketball player. And I think by his junior year, we're going to have something special, if not earlier.
And Coach, you were working with Nelly Junior Joseph, a lot of coaching from the sideline today. What are the keys for him to improve his game? Well,
obviously he's got a nice touch around the basket. He's got to improve his range a little bit. The first thing he's got to do is become a mid-range shooter. He's already strong, unlike Osborne. He's got the strength to play. But the thing I love about Nelly is he's a terrific passer, great passer. And I keep telling our guys, the more you throw the ball in low to Nelly and Dylan, the easiest shots you will get. And he certainly throws really some good bounce passes. He made some great moves. Terrific freshman. We got very lucky getting 2 players like that on Zoom calls. It's highly unusual.
Thank you, Coach.
Rick, kind of a slow start in the beginning there. What was the message to your team and what adjustments did you make coming out of the half?
Well, 16 minutes into the game against Duke, the score was tied. This team does it to everybody. No matter who they play, the first half is always tight because the style is so unorthodox. Remember now, I'm coaching 40 plus years and I've never seen that style of play. I see Texas Tech try to play that a little bit, but not as dominant toward the sideline. So it takes a while to get used to and find the creases in their zone traps. And we did. And Asante at the end of the game is such a good foul shooter that he goes to the line a lot. And that's also a big asset to have.
Iona took more threes in the first half alone versus, half of your games this season. Was that by design?
Well, Virginia Tech blew them out and they made a lot of threes. What we were doing incorrectly was we were just relying on the three and not going inside enough to Nelly. In the second half, we made the adjustments, and certainly that was a big key for us to win this game.
Talik Chavez played a good amount of minutes today. What was the reason why he fell out of the rotation last couple of games, and is he working his way back in?
Nothing that he's doing wrong. When you play against Ryder, they have big guards, Talik is 165 pounds. He's weak physically. And obviously when Asante came back, that's the number one reason why Talik's minutes have been reduced, because of Asante's return. But this was his style of game. If there's not a big physical two guard, he's able to play. They do have a big physical two guard, but he's a spot up shooter, so Talik could guard him.
Thanks, Coach.
Any other questions?
Yes, Coach. You guys held them to 7 points in the last 6 minutes. What do you attribute that to? Your defense kind of turning it up in the final 6 minutes.
I think it's more to fatigue. You know, this team showed up here, they bust in, and they got here late. We had to push the game back. We had to give them a rapid test. So it's not easy to, when you're a MEAC school or any school for that matter that's at this level, it's not easy to get off the buses and go play. So I think fatigue is an element. We got him in foul trouble, which is something we wanted to do, because that young man he can play for any team in the country. He's legit 6'7". He's physical. He could do it all. He could play for Louisville, Kentucky, UCLA. He can play at any level. He's terrific. Now, and we did an excellent job on him.
Right. Coach, any idea about Osborne Shima, when you expect them back?
It's not going as well as we hoped. I thought he'd be back by now, to be totally transparent. Basically what he has is he has a fracture. A piece of bone fell off in his groin, and it should be healed by now, but it's not. So we're getting these special injections that will help it heal. I'm hoping that by January 15th, he starts practicing again, probably the same time as Colton would start practicing, and be on the court by February 1. But, you know, you always got to look for a silver lining in every cloud. And the silver lining is Nelly's development. If Osborne was here, Nelly probably would have played 12, 14 minutes. But because of that injury, he's gotten all these minutes. And so you always look at, so we know both of them can play. And we got a two-headed monster when they come back.
Right. Thank you very much, Coach.
Anything else?
Okay, guys, have a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, Coach.
Thank
Thank you.
you,
Thank you,
Coach.
Coach.